Do you ever look around at the world as it is and just think to yourself, this is impossible? I think a lot of people are saying that today. They're looking at what's transpiring in our culture, in politics, in the natural world too, and what's being done to the natural world, and just think, this is impossible. How could this ever change? You ever feel that? You might even feel that about your own life in some way, like you're at some dead end. There's no way through this. What is the answer to all that? What is the answer for yourself? What is the answer for us collectively? What could change it? They say we have all the technology that we could ever need to avert the existential disasters that seem to be in the offing. Yes, whatever you look at, climate change, anything else, we have all the technology that's needed to address all those things. But what's lacking? For lack of a better way to say it, something spiritual, something that was, I believe, addressed in the reading, the will to do it, the collective will. We have a will around fighting each other, apparently. We have a will around conflict, about getting what we think we need and want, each of us individually. But there's a lack of collective will to save ourselves collectively. Sure, everybody's trying to save themselves individually, but the collective will isn't present in harmony and unity to do the thing. Not hard to do. The issues at an outer level are not that complex, nothing we can't solve as human beings. But there's something inside that prevents us from accessing that wisdom and that knowledge. So what could remedy that? Does that ever work you? It's like, what are we going to do here collectively? What is the way through this? So I'll tell you what I think about that. See what you think. I can only imagine one thing that would be a game changer in the cover-up of human culture that's creating this existential risk. And it is what we're talking about here. A transparency that allows the love that we hold in common, that's behind all this, that is what is eternal, that is what's behind this epic story that we're part of. It is the introduction of that into human experience so that people are exposed to it through the high expression of that love in beauty. Love changes you, yes? Love changes us. It transforms us like nothing else can. You can try to transform yourself out of will. Even more futile, you can try to transform another person out of your will. It's not will that transforms us. It's not our ideas about what somebody else should do, what we ourselves should do, or even what we should all do collectively. It's not that transforms us ultimately. Yes, we need creative thought and inspiration, sure. But it's to no avail if we are not transformed by what's within us and what's within all of us. If we don't get through this cover-up, and what is being covered up? I described it as something epic, something eternal, something timeless. You could name it as love. Love is the ultimate value. And yes, love finds expression in relationships. So I'm including that. It finds expression in relationship to another person, maybe to all people. And yet it transcends relationship. It's beyond definition, I would say. We could say things about it that suggest the nature of it, but you can't actually define what love is. And yet, if it lands in you, you know it. If you feel it and feel the urge to bring it into your world in whatever way, to another person, to whatever field you're in, if you feel that urge, you know what it is. It's so intrinsic to who we are. It is funny, right? We can be off looking ultimately for love, but we're looking out beyond the place where it is, which is right here inside ourselves, awaiting us to tune into it, to know it, to let it reverberate through our being, let it guide us, let it express and radiate through us. Sunrise Ranch is dedicated to the purpose of being a place where the cover-up is over and this deeper reality is known and expressed and radiated to the world. We have people who come through here, week after week, month after month, year after year, come through and touch elements of a culture, the basis for which is not a cover-up, but something else. And why? How did it get this way? It got this way because they were spiritual pioneers who came to this place in 1945 and knew what it was to live from the place of the eternal and dedicated themselves to creating a culture where it was built off that, not off a cover-up. And there have been people down through the decades who've been dedicated to that ever since. Is that the only thing going on here? No. So I like to tell people who come to Sunrise Ranch, people are people wherever you go. You don't have to be here too long to figure that out. And so people do what people do, and people come through over the years. And most, if not all, somehow touch this transcendent culture that's built out of something timeless. And yet, so often, the clouds come back in, the cover-up comes back in. And speaking about the ark, I spoke about how there's the outer shell of the ark. There's the body of the ark. But holding all that, just like any boat, any ship, there are the timbers, the frame that holds it all. The ribs of the ship, the keel at the bottom, the structure. We are that structure if we awaken to it.